Greetings, fellow traders. Bubba here, for the lunchtime market update for Thursday, September the 30th, 2021. I hope everybody's having a great trading day today. It's brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. Good. All right, well, let's check and see where we are at the market here today. So SPX, guys, woof, last day of the month, last day of the quarter. Looks like we're going to finish the bearish engulfing month unless they somehow find a way to buy the dip. Still an inside week, but getting close to last week's lows, which is kind of interesting. What a drop here, guys, off of that inside day, taking the inside day down here today. Let's take a look at the volume and see how it's coming in here. Again, it's possible, well, the volume's okay here. It's possible that some institutions actually kind of want to get out of some names right here, so they don't, tell other shareholders that they were long going into this downtrend, right? So that is a possibility going into today. Again, back to SPX, guys. Our wave count has been epic. Anybody who's been following along with this, following along with us for whatever, as long as you have been, I mean, we've been really tracking this pretty well right here. Nice one wave down, ABC wave 2, one of 3 guys, and really what this does kind of looks like it's a working on a much larger wave down, but again, Elliott wave can kind of get you excited on the bearish side and be like, oh wow, we're going down to 3,500. I'm not saying it's not impossible, but right now, we did have this nice 1, 2, 3, 4, got really tight, kind of a triangle-ish type move, and then the start of wave 5 down here. So, and it could be the end of it, but we might see a little more downside because if this is wave 1, 2, then we should see a large wave 3. So this is kind of like wave 1 of 3, right? And then we, the way it goes is we see more downside, right? So we'll see how that goes going into the next couple weeks here. But again, fresh quarter, fresh month tomorrow, so you never know. They might try to get some fresh flows in there, but we'll see how it goes. We slice through our zones. Our game plan this morning from the bubble report was pretty simple. If we lost yesterday's lows, right, we got some nice clear area to the downside, so we got a good drop there. Slice through the net. Look how we paused at our signal zone right here, and then we got to this signal zone right here. So let's see how that holds today. It's a pretty big one. Otherwise, we can get back into some of those July numbers down there. So that's getting pretty interesting here as well. Let's take a look at the MES. Again, obviously the same thing right here. So really tough to put a geometric line on this one right now that we select because it's like pretty much vertical. Let's take a look at the Qs and see how they're behaving here this afternoon. Qs with a nice drop here today. IWM was hanging in there pretty well, and in fact they kind of put up a fight here this morning, and then they finally dropped here with the rest of the market. The XLF kind of getting crushed here with the banks, guys. Keep an eye on that too, especially these. I tweeted out earlier about these automotive companies really not having any cars in the lots, which could trickle into some funding issues with some banks. Obviously not as big as a mortgage crisis, but definitely interesting. VIX here with a nice spike here, back over 20, in fact over 24 and over yesterday's high. So VIX is having a pretty good day today. Apple, we pointed out some weakness on this one right here. I like the retest of the gamma flip level and then back down to a single zone. Look at that, guys, zone to zone today. And guys, we provide all these levels to our members, so really each morning. So really cool stuff. Tesla, let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla's actually hanging in there okay. It might even turn into a double inside day today. So very choppy here while everything else is kind of moving. Bitcoin hanging in there, up about 1,800 points here. We're still back at that 4,300 area. Again, we're at the ADMA. Watch this geometric line. If it breaks down, then we might see the 40,000 area again. So that's definitely one to look at. A few other requests out there, basically stuff we've been talking about. GM, talking about chip shortages, guys. It's really going to be tough for these automotive companies, I think, going into earnings, for them to post decent earnings if there's nobody's buying cars. I know they got a lot of cash supplies, right, to build electric plants and all that stuff, but if they're not bringing in cash flow, that is not good, right? So we got that going on. Let's see how they kind of get out of here. Ford, same thing. I'm looking at potential harmonic move down, so keep an eye on this one. I mean, already it's trickling into the used car market, right? We've got CarMax right here with a big gap down. It had a good one last time, right? A good earnings report last time because used car prices were going up. Now, used car prices are getting too high and it's hard to sell, right? And so they ended up kind of working their way down here. So that's very interesting as well. Boeing. Apparently used airplane prices kind of rough here too, guys. What I really like is the rejection here of this geometric line yesterday, and essentially almost forming another evening star reversal setup here on Boeing. So that's looking pretty interesting. Again, a couple other names too. Facebook, inside day here today, guys. That's looking pretty sketchy in case that decides to break down. And it was trying to show some relative strength today. And Nvidia with an interesting low volume green candle today. So if this downtrend kind of continues, both Nvidia and Facebook are looking pretty interesting on the downside. So anyway, guys, really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Again, generally, obviously leaning bearish today, and we'll see how it goes for the rest of the day. We'll talk to you guys in the market wrap. Till then, stay healthy out there. Remember your risk first and stay safe. See you, stay in the game.